So I found a confirmation email in your trash folder. The one you thought you deleted permanently. Golden Gate Marketing Solutions, Los Angeles office. Start date Monday. The same company where Marcus works. The Marcus you dated for 2 years. Before me. The Marcus who's been texting you ever since his divorce went through last month. The Marcus whose LinkedIn profile you've been checking every single day for the past 3 weeks. Thinking I wouldn't notice your browser history. You accepted a job offer across the country without telling me with your ex-boyfriend's company. After lying to my face about those late-night phone calls you said were about your sick grandmother. Except your grandmother died 5 years ago, didn't she?
I also found the apartment listing you saved. That luxury complex in Santa Monica. 2 bedrooms, available immediately. The same neighborhood where Marcus just bought his house, according to his Instagram stories that you've been watching from. Your fake account? The fake account you created 3 months ago with the username. That's our anniversary date backwards. T, did you think I wouldn't figure that out? T, did you think I wouldn't notice you suddenly started talking about how much you miss California weather? How you always dreamed of living by the ocean? How you feel suffocated in this small town?
But here's what really gets me. You've been planning this for months, haven't you? All those times you said you were working late, you were actually on video calls with their HR department. All those mysterious errands you had to run alone. You were getting documents notarized, updating your portfolio, probably even apartment hunting virtually. You've been living a double life right under my nose while I was planning our future. Looking at engagement rings, thinking about the house we were going to buy together.
Remember 6 months ago when I brought up the idea of us moving somewhere new together? You said you loved it here, that you couldn't imagine living anywhere else, that home was wherever I was. You looked me straight in the eyes and said those words while you were already fantasizing about running away to him, while you were already planning to abandon everything we built together for some fantasy reunion with a man who cheated on you with 3 different women.
I know you, remember? I know that when you're excited about something, you get that little crease between your eyebrows when you're trying not to smile. I've been seeing that look for weeks now, wondering what secret was making you so happy. I thought maybe you were planning a surprise for my birthday, or maybe you'd finally decided you were ready to move in together officially. But no, you were excited about your escape plan. You think Marcus has changed, don't you? You think he's different now, more mature, ready to give you what you deserve. But I know exactly what happened. It's called you crying about his divorce, playing the victim, telling you how much he regrets letting you go. He probably said all the right things, pushed all the right buttons, made you remember what it felt like to be with him before you realized what kind of person he really was. But here's what you've forgotten in your little fantasy. I know why you really broke up with him. It wasn't just the cheating, was it? It was the way he made you feel small, insignificant, like you were lucky he was even paying attention to you. It was how he forgot your birthday 2 years in a row. How he never remembered that you're allergic to shellfish and kept taking you to seafood restaurants. How he called you dramatic every time you tried to tell him how his behavior made you feel. I'm the one who spent hours listening to you cry about how damaged you felt after him. I'm the one who held you through panic attacks when you thought every man was going to treat you the way he did. I'm the one who proved to you that real love means remembering every detail about someone, caring about their dreams, making them feel like the most important person in the world. And now, you're going to throw all of that away to go crawling back to him.
Do you remember our first anniversary? You said you'd never believed in soulmates until you met me. Said I saved you from accepting less than you deserved. You cried happy tears and told me you finally understood what it meant to be truly loved. No, was that all a lie? Or did you just forget how miserable you were before me because he's promising you some executive position and a fancy apartment? You think this is about career advancement, but we both know it's not. There are marketing firms here. I could help. You start your own business. We could move to the city an hour away if you want more opportunities. But none of that matters, because this isn't about your career. This is about him. This is about you thinking the grass is greener with someone who already proved he doesn't deserve you. I wonder if he knows about me. Does he know that you still wear the necklace I gave you? Does he know that you kept every love letter I wrote you in a box under your bed? Does he know that just last week you told me you loved me more than you'd ever loved anyone? Or not? Or did you conveniently forget to mention that you've been in a committed relationship for 3 years while you were having your little emotional affair with him? That's what this is, isn't it? It's an emotional affair that's been going on for months. Those times your phone buzzed and you quickly flipped it face down. All those times you went to the bathroom and came back smiling at some private joke. All those times you seemed distracted, like your mind was somewhere else, with someone else. You've been cheating on me emotionally while I've been faithful to you in every possible way. But here's what you haven't considered. What happens when you get out there and realize you've made the biggest mistake of your life? What happens when Marcus shows his true colors again? When the novelty wears off and he goes back to treating you like an afterthought? What happens when you're alone in that expensive apartment, missing everything we had together, realizing that what we have is irreplaceable? You can still change your mind. You can call him tomorrow and say you've reconsidered. You can block Marcus's number and admit that you let nostalgia cloud your judgment. You can stop this insane plan and remember that home isn't a place, it's a person. And your person is standing right here, begging you not to destroy the best thing either of us has ever had. But if you get on that plane, you choose him over me. If you throw away 3 years for some fantasy that's going to crumble the moment, reality sets in. Don't think you could just come running back when it all falls apart. Don't think I'll be here waiting when he breaks your heart again, when he shows you that people don't really change, when you realize that what we had was once in a lifetime. You know what else I found when I was going through your things? The printouts of apartment reviews in Santa Monica. 17 different complexes, all circled with notes about proximity to the beach, to trendy restaurants, to Marcus's neighborhood. Been planning this fantasy life down to the smallest detail, haven't you? You even researched the best coffee shops nearby, probably imagining romantic morning walks with him along the pier, and those self-help books you've been hiding under your bed. Starting over after 25, finding yourself in a new city, breaking free from codependent love. You've been preparing yourself mentally for this betrayal, convincing yourself that what we have is unhealthy, that needing someone as much as you need me is somehow wrong. But love isn't supposed to be casual, convenient, or easy to walk away from. I saw the journal entries too. The ones where you write about feeling guilty for being happy with me, for depending on me, for letting me be such a central part of your life. Someone's been poisoning your mind, haven't they? Telling you that healthy relationships require independence. That love should never feel this intense, this necessary, this completely consuming. Asterisk, but what about all our plans? The trip to Europe we booked for next spring. The adoption application we started for that rescue dog you fell in love with. The savings account we opened together for our future house. I will abandon all of that for some corporate position that probably doesn't even exist the way Marcus described it to you.
Because I did some research on Golden Gate Marketing Solutions. They're downsizing, not expanding. They just laid off 30% of their workforce last quarter. This position Marcus told you about. It was eliminated 6 months ago. It's been lying to you, feeding you false hope, probably planning to support you financially when you get out there and realize there's no job waiting for you. I also found something interesting when I looked into Marcus's recent activity. Those divorce papers he showed you. The ones that made you feel so sorry for him, they're dated wrong. He's been divorced for 8 months, not 1 month, like he told you. He's been free and single, probably seeing other women while he was slowly manipulating you into leaving me for him. Do you remember last Christmas when you got food poisoning from that restaurant? I held your hair back while you were sick, brought you ice chips every 20 minutes, slept on the bathroom floor next to you so you wouldn't be alone. Marcus would have probably left you to suffer alone while he went out with friends, just like he did when you had the flu 3 years ago. And what about your anxiety attacks? The ones that started after your father's accident. The ones that only I know how to help you through. I know exactly when to give you space and when to hold you. I know that you need the weighted blanket and lavender tea and exactly 17 minutes of complete silence before you can talk about what's bothering you. Does Marcus know any of that? Does he even remember that you have anxiety? You think you're making a mature, independent decision, but you're actually letting nostalgia and fantasy cloud your judgment. You're remembering the beginning of your relationship with Marcus, when everything was new and exciting, before you learned who he really was. Bah, I know who he really is. I was there to pick up the pieces when he shattered your self-esteem.
You're about to repeat the same pattern that destroyed you before. You're going to move across the country for a man who already proved he can't be trusted, already showed you that you're not his priority, who already demonstrated that he doesn't have the capacity to love you the way you deserve to be loved. But here's what's going to happen when you get out there and reality hits. You're going to be alone in an unfamiliar city with no support system, no real job prospects, and a man who's only interested in you because you represent some fantasy of his past. You're going to realize that home isn't a place, it's a person, and your person is here, begging you not to make this catastrophic mistake, offering you real love, permanent love, the kind that weathers every storm and comes out stronger. I'm offering you a partner who knows every scar on your body and every fear in your heart and loves you more because of them, not despite them. I'm offering you a future built on truth and commitment and the kind of understanding that takes years to develop. But if you choose him, if you choose fantasy over reality, if you choose the past over the future we could have together, don't expect me to be here when it all crumbles. Don't expect me to welcome you back with open arms when Marcus shows his true colors again. Don't expect me to forget that you threw away the best love of your life for a man who's already proven he doesn't deserve you. Although, let's be honest, you'll never be happy with him. Not really. Because every time he disappoints you, every time he proves that he hasn't changed at all, you'll think of me. You'll remember what real love felt like. You'll realize that you had everything you ever wanted right here, and you threw it away for a mirage. And that knowledge will eat away at you for the rest of your life. Knowing that you had your happily ever after and chose to walk away from it,